I put one player on every team back in their prime. Starting off with the Sixers, we've got Prime Harden. He's still great now, but back when he was with the Rockets, he was more of a scorer. Now I feel like he's more of a playmaker. The next guy we've got is Prime George Hill. What y'all know about George Hill in his prime with the Pacers when those teams were competing with LeBron and the Heat in them? Hey, George Hill had the team on his back, so we had to put him on the Milwaukee Bucks. And honestly, I just didn't know who else to put in the prime, to be honest. The next guy we have is Prime Drummond, the greatest rebounder of all time. The Bulls have had the two greatest rebounders ever, Dennis Rodman and Andre Drummond. This man could really rebound the ball. I'm so serious, too. He's up there with Rodman when it comes to rebounding the ball. We've got Prime Kevin Love. This Cavs team's going to be a problem. If you have a guy like Kevin Love, who's already solid in real life right now, but if he's a 91, yeah, it's going to be a problem. We got Blake Griffin with the Boston Celtics. This is if his knees didn't give out on him, man. I feel bad, but hey, he's still got a spot in the NBA, and he's with a good team, so I can't feel too bad. Next guy we got is John Wall. Injuries definitely hurt John Wall's career. Another guy who, if we didn't see him face multiple injuries, he could still be playing at a really high level. Next up, we got Prime Danny Green. When he was with the Toronto Raptors and that team won a ring, there was like a streak of a couple years where like every team Danny Green was on won a ring or something like that. Am I making that up? The next guy we have is Carmelo Anthony with the Atlanta Hawks. I didn't know who to put in their prime. Y'all remember when there was like that trade between the Thunder and the Hawks and Melo was on the Hawks for like a day or something? So yeah, we put Melo back on the Hawks in his prime. We got Prime Victor Oladipo on the Miami Heat. I would love to see him get back to playing the way that he was prior to injury. Also, another guy who's been affected by injuries, Gordon Hayward. Yo, injuries suck. Somebody please turn them off, because if injuries were off, could you imagine the level of talent we would have in real life? Speaking of, you got Prime Rudy Gay. What y'all know about Prime Rudy Gay with the Memphis Grizzlies? Yo, this man is a problem. In the old 2K games, he gets so many buckets. Prime Matthew Dellavedova when he was clamping up Steph Curry, the Curry stopper. Oh, people are going to get mad, but the Curry stopper, he stopped Curry. What can I say? Derrick Rose with the New York Knicks, 22-year-old, youngest MVP in NBA history with the Chicago Bulls. What a player, man. Derrick Rose, another guy. The injuries. Russell Westbrook, 95 overall. Back when he was getting all those triple doubles with the Oklahoma City Thunder. He's been hooping with the Lakers lately, though. He's still a solid player in real life. Next guy we've got is Dwight Howard. We put him back in the league with Orlando. I felt like it was only right. They've already got quite a few big men, but Dwight is on a different level compared to the other guys they have over there. No disrespect, though. They would all give me a bucket. Next guy we got is Kemba Walker. Kemba, another guy. The injuries, man. And he was with the Mavericks a little while ago, so he's on the Mavericks in his prime. We've got, what is this, like rookie Ben Simmons a couple years into his career? Simmons needs to get more aggressive. He needs to get that dog in him, and he'll start going crazy. I promise y'all, if he just shot the ball more, because his playmaking is crazy. He's got a great eye for getting those right passes through. And speaking of, this man DeAndre Jordan, he was getting all those lobs from CP3. Then he joined the Brooklyn Nets, and I don't know what happened, bro. I thought, maybe I'm delusional, maybe I'm a casual, but whenever he joined Brooklyn, I really thought that the big three was going to be Kyrie, KD, and DeAndre. I thought they were about to be crazy. The next guy we got is Rondo in Indiana, because why not? I didn't really know. Isaiah Thomas, he was with the Pelicans on a 10-day at one point last year, I'm pretty sure, so here he is in New Orleans. The Pelicans are a pretty young team. There wasn't really anybody who I could put back in their prime, so Isaiah's here, and they're going to be a really good team. The Pistons, they need a vet, so we got LaMarcus Aldridge in his prime, an 89 overall, the mid-range maestro. And also, if you're still watching, why not subscribe to the channel, man? Anyways, let's continue on. We've got Bo Cruz from when he was in Hustle. I put him up to a 99 overall. He's with the Toronto Raptors this season. Cool to see him hooping in the league. Next guy we have is Eric Gordon. We put him in his prime with the Rockets. They need to trade him in real life. I don't know why he's on this team. The Bucks, apparently, there was a report that they offered 4 future second-round picks, and the Rockets didn't take that. I don't know what's going on. Also, I put DeMarcus Cousins on the Spurs because the Spurs are, like, super young. Didn't know who to put in their prime, so welcome to the Spurs, Boogie. Hopefully you can save them, maybe get them to the playoffs. We got Prime CP3 in Phoenix. for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They need a big, so why not Hassan Whiteside, man? Remember when he was out there blocking shots like crazy, grabbing so many rebounds with Miami? Yeah, those were a good time. Man, like the 2016, 2015 era of basketball, crazy time. You kids wouldn't know anything about that, man. Next guy we got is Anthony Edwards from when he was in Hustle. He's a 99. For the Blazers, we got ISO Joe. I don't really know why, to be honest, but I just thought he'd be cool to put in Portland, so he's there. We got Prime Iggy. Iggy used to be dunking on people back in the day, man. And y'all remember in 2015 when he got the Finals MVP? Do y'all think he should have got it? Let me know in the comments. And Jeremy Lin, he's back in the league with the Washington Wizards. Didn't know who to put in their prime with Washington, so welcome back to the NBA, Jeremy Lin. This was when Linsanity was going on with the Knicks. He's an 84 overall here. Now let's get straight into the All-Star teams. We got Team Carmelo and Team Anthony. So we pretty much got Team Carmelo Anthony. Look at that. When you put it together, it's Team Carmelo. Yeah, it's not really funny. But we've got Carmelo Anthony as the All-Star captain and Anthony Edwards as the All-Star captain. A lot of cool old names here on the All-Star teams. Guys like DeMarcus Cousins. You've got Rajon Rondo. You've got Joe Johnson. This was really cool to see to me. You also had Kevin Love as an All-Star starter here. Russell Westbrook was on the All-Star team. A lot of people have been voting for him in real life. Austin Reeves is also in there for the top 10 vote getters in the Western Conference backcourt. Kind of crazy to see, man. But let's get right to the end of the year where Kevin Love wins the MVP. We put all these guys in the league in their prime. Nah, it's Kevin Love, man. And he's playing with like Garland and Donovan. I don't know how he did this, but congrats, he won an MVP. Eric Gordon, 6th man of the year, almost 20 a game. Dwight Howard, DPOY, he's locking down like he was back in the day in Orlando. I sound like such an old head. How many times have I said back in the day in this video? And Anthony Edwards averages almost 30. He's all NBA first team. You got Melo, you got D Rose, you got Gordon Hayward on the second team, Bronze on the third team, and Gordon Hayward on the second team. I don't know about all that, man. But we've got Chris Paul, you got Iggy, AD. But let's get into the standings where you see the Chicago Bulls end up with the 4 seed. It's Drummond, man. It's prime Drummond grabbing all those boards. And the Pacers, you got Rondo in there dishing out all those assists. Yo, the passing between Halliburton and Rondo, that would be crazy. And then you've got the Sixers with Prime Harden. You got the Raptors with Bo Cruz. And also the Milwaukee Bucks. They ended up finishing as the 10th seed. We gave them prime George Hill. They already have their normal guys from real life. I'm not really sure how this happened. They also did make a trade, so George Hill actually isn't even here anymore. They got PJ Washington and Zach Collins. I don't know what happened to the Milwaukee Bucks. 10th seed is crazy. The play-in for that team, and y'all see the Nets, they finished as 12th. But let's get over to the Western Conference where the T-Wolves with 99 overall Anthony Edwards are the 1 seed. Then you've got the Denver Nuggets as the 2 seed. The Portland Trailblazers with ISO Joe and Damian Lillard. Okay. And then you've got the Lakers with prime Russ. I mean, if you had Russ in his prime on this Lakers team, they would be crazy. I'm not gonna lie. The spacing wouldn't be good, but I don't think it would matter. Spacing isn't real anyway. Just go to the basket. You'll be okay. Phoenix with CP3. They're the 6th seed. You've got the Golden State Warriors. I don't know how this team was this bad. They traded for De'Aaron Fox. They've got Miles Bridges. You got Malik Monk. Like how? How did this team finish as the 7th seed? I don't understand. They might have needed a better center, I guess, but like, come on now. Draymond could have held it down at the 5. And then the Mavs, they had Kemba and Luka. They only finished as the 9th seed. And somehow the Pelicans with IT finished as the 10th seed. Don't know how that works. Early on, we see some teams assert their dominance. The Denver Nuggets win in a sweep against the Clippers. The Cavs win in a gentleman's sweep against the Hornets. I don't even know how the Hornets made it here, I'm not going to lie. And then the Raptors ended up making it in a 4-game sweep. They made it to the second round. My fault. Bad commentary. YouTuber. But the Bulls, they lose to the Knicks with Derrick Rose. D Rose gets revenge on his former team. 37-20 is crazy. He not only was scoring, but he was dishing the ball too. He was getting a lot of assists. The Lakers beat the Thunder in Game 7, and that's behind a great performance. It's kind of mid. I'm not going to lie. 23, that's your old number, man. You could go for at least 30. But yeah, Hassan Whiteside only 4 points. They only played him 17 minutes though. Get him out there a little more. And then the Boston Celtics, I don't even know how they went to a game 7. This team is crazy, mainly because they had Blake Griffin, and Blake Griffin dropped 34 and 15 in that game 7. Then in a game 7 between the Pelicans and the Timberwolves, the 1-seeded Timberwolves blow a 3-0 lead to the 8-seeded Pelicans. But this Pelicans team is really nice. I don't know how they were an 8 seed in the first place. They were the 10 seed in the play-in, end up making it as the 8 seed and pulling off the upset. Now let's go ahead and let's get into the second round, where the Los Angeles Lakers and New Orleans Pelicans are going back and forth. And the other series aren't too close. Maybe we'll see them get a little closer later on. The Lakers take a 3-2 lead against the Pels, and we're headed to a Game 7 there. We've also got a Game 7 between the Boston Celtics and Toronto Raptors. In the Game 7 between the Pels and Lakers, the Pelicans pull it out in a close one. LeBron drops 30, Russ drops 18 and 10, AD with only 17 and 13. But yeah, the Pelicans are moving on as the 8th seed. They're in the conference finals. We've got Celtics Cavs out east. And then out west, we've got the Denver Nuggets and New Orleans Pelicans. This Nuggets team looks a little different. They have DeAndre Jordan at the 4. The spacing is crazy. But you got Terry Rozier running the 2. So I guess they somehow traded for him and added him to the roster. Let's go ahead and let's get into these series where the Denver Nuggets get off to an early 2-0 lead. While out east, we've got a series that's a little more close. The Nuggets, they aren't playing around with the Pelicans. They're going on to the finals. And it looks like the Celtics aren't really playing around with the Cavs either, as the Cavs do take one more game, but yeah, they're cooked. They lose. The Boston Celtics are moving on behind the conference MVP Jason Tatum, and then the conference MVP for the Western Conference was Nikola Jokic. So the MVP Kevin Love ends up getting eliminated in 6 games, but now we've got a great finals series here. Some really talented teams, but I'm really interested to see if the Celtics really have any competition out here. How many times can I say really? But the Celtics end up taking game 1. They win by 15 in this one, JT with 34, but they've just got a ton of options they can go to, and that's what makes this team so scary and why I think they'll be able to dominate this series. In game number 2, the Celtics once again. This is a 27-point W as Jaylen Brown shows up with 34 in this one. JT only had 15, and they still won by that many points. In game 3, we finally got a close one where Bruce Brown is thinking about what to do. I don't know why you have him making the play here. They finally get the ball to Jokic. Jokic is in a tough spot. He pulls a mid-range. I don't know what the play call is there. They held the ball for a while. I don't know, man. But we're going to overtime here, and unfortunately for the Denver Nuggets, they're going down 3-0. Jokic had a good game, a 30-point triple-double. But again, this Celtics team, they're just tough, man. They've got a lot of options, a lot of guys to go to. Brogdon shows up with 22 in this one, JB with 37, and the Celtics win in a 4-game sweep as Jaylen Brown is your finals MVP. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Have a great day. Be sure to like and subscribe.